Hey family, this is Dr. LaDre Weathersby, your Better Life Coach, coming to you with today's Better Life Blur. Hey, we've been in this series talking about the financial tapeworms and the wealth tapeworms. They take what you have built, they take what you have accumulated, and they use it for themselves. They're parasites. And so today's tapeworm number 3 I want to talk about is high interest rates. Now, I know that some people have this belief that you're supposed to borrow money at no interest, no matter what your credit standing is in the world. And somehow now that people can loan out $100 and get back $100, and no, that's not the way this works. But what we're talking about, though, are high interest rates. And I want to really caution you when it comes to interest rates, because the word high is relative. So when I bought my first home, my interest rate was 8.05%. That was high, because the going rate, the average rate for a mortgage, was closer to 4%. So I'm double the rate. So the challenge, though, with high interest rates is the amount of time of the loan. If you're paying attention, if you're watching the world for credit and finances, people are taking out loans for longer and longer, which means they're paying more and more interest. So for example, let's say for a second you look at a $100,000 house. To pay that off over 15 years, you're going to pay a lot less interest than if you paid it off in 30 years. But now people are starting to do 40-year mortgages, which again means that you're going to pay a heck of a lot more interest than if you knocked it out in 15. Well, another example of that are car loans. There was a time that the standard car loan was 36 months, maybe 48 months, and then we begin to push it at 60 months. Now the standard car loan is 72 months, with loans being made available, especially if you've got really good credit, for 84 months and even 96 months. Here's the crazy part. A 96-month loan on a car is 8 years. That's a lot of time. The challenge is for the average person, if they're paying a 20 to 25% interest for 6, 7, or 8 years, they will never pay the item off, and they end up paying double, triple, sometimes quadruple what the cost of the item was. So again, let's say for example, you have a $10,000 car. If you have a 3-year loan at 25% interest, you'll pay about, let's just say, $5,000 in interest over 3 years. But then if you drag that out to 5 years, that $5,000 in interest goes up to about $8,000 in interest. You get the idea. Don't quote my numbers, but you just get the idea. So imagine what happens when you take this $10,000 car and you drag this out over 7 or 8 years. Now you're paying $10,000 of interest on a $10,000 car, which means you're paying double because of the interest rate. And it's a tapeworm because it takes money that can be used to create assets that continue to pay you money, and it's used for bills, which you get next to nothing out of in the first place. So what we want to avoid is we want to avoid high interest rates for the long term. Now, hey, life happens. I had to go get tires the other day because I had a set of tires when I bought my car, but 2 of them popped. I hit the curb one time, and then I hit a nail twice. It is what it is. I had to get new tires. But because I'm also moving and doing so many things at one time, I didn't want to use the cash I had on hand, so I went on ahead and I did a credit transaction. The crazy part is I've got 120 days to pay it off, no penalties. That's the goal. If I drag it out, instead of my $800 tires for all 4 wheels will become close to $2,000 once the extra charges are in. High interest rates over the long term. You don't want to pay that. So listen, I'm telling you, let's definitely have a conversation. Let's see where you're paying high interest. So let's see how we can help your income to grow, how we can help your income to cover all of that, because you got to have a plan. So click the link above or beneath. It doesn't matter depending on where you're watching the video. And look at the video, because there's some great information in that webinar that I created. But you can also schedule a call with us, and let's see how we can help you to get your interest rates lower, or to get things paid off faster so you're paying less interest over time. Why? Because when life is pretty good, a better life is best. Yes, you may be making all your bill payments every month, but if we can get those payments down or get the number of payments down so that you pay it off in 36 payments instead of 66, that'll save you a lot of money, which means you got the chance to build more assets. And the name of the game for wealth is assets. Assets. and assets. Thanks again for watching us. Continue to share the videos with people you know. Continue to tag other people. Continue to send people the link. And hey, continue to send people to subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we're here to help people. Thank you for your time. Oh, and watch out. December the 28th, we've got a business owner event that is scheduled for here in Atlanta. And then MLK weekend, we do our first Better Life Retreat weekend. I would love to have you there. Look at the Facebook page for more information, and look at the videos on YouTube for more information forthcoming. Talk to you soon. Be blessed. Be well.